Hello, and welcome to another Logic tutorial with me, Ed the Shed. My name is Ed, but I'm not a shed. In this video I am going to be talking about the Bitcrusher plugin. This can be a really useful tool for adding interesting distortion on your sounds. It can also make sounds completely unrecognizable by heavily reducing the sample rate of the audio and adding distortion to it. Certain things I might use a Bitcrusher for would be things like snares, interesting percussion, vocals and even bass, but you can apply it to whatever you want. Don't forget, sometimes the craziest ideas are the best, so be experimental with it. Right. Let me explain the parameters for you. The drive slider lets you choose the amount of gain you want to apply to the input signal. You want to be gentle with this slider, in my opinion. Treat it like a lady. The resolution slider sets the bitrate you would like to use. So the lower the bitrate, the more distortion will occur. I've loaded up a vocal sample into Logic, so let me show you quickly how this distortion sounds at different bit rates. I'll start from the highest bitrate and move down. Here we go. So, I'm sure you could hear that once it got below 8-bit you could start hearing the distortion more significantly. Now I will bring the resolution slider back up to the top and show you how the downsampling slider works. What this does is reduces the sample rate of the audio. Now, this bit might be a bit confusing, but it's good to know your plugins well. As I move the slider up and down it gives me values with numbers 1 to 40. Think of these numbers as fractions. So, for example, if I select 2, then that means I'm halving the sample rate. If I slide it up to 4, then that means I have reduced the sample rate to a quarter of what it originally was. So let's mess about with the resolution slider and the downsampling slider together and see if we can get something good out of it. Here we go. I like the sound of that. I want to keep the vocal clear enough to distinguish but still give it a bit of a crunchy feel to it. Bloody hell. I could bloody murder a crunchy right now, I have to say. Right, moving on, let's talk about the mode buttons. If you have the clip level set at 0 dB, then it will be hard to hear a huge amount of difference in the different modes. But if you start moving it down a good bit, then the difference is much more noticeable. Each mode affects different parts of the signal chain when the clip level is exceeded. So that's why when you bring the clip slider down, more of the signal is exceeding the threshold and therefore more signal is being affected by the attributes of the mode selected. It's hard for me to describe the characteristics of the sound each mode gives, so I will bring the clip level down a bit and show you. Here goes. So, I think in this case, I like the first mode, but it's all down to personal taste at the end of the day. Right. Let me wrap this one up, and show you the last little thing which may have dodged your sight. Just down here, if you click on the arrow, the mix slider drops down, boom. Now you can also have control over how wet or dry you want the mix to be. Well done, that's another one in the bag. You can tell your grandchildren all about this when you're older. Goodbye and see you again for another mind-boggling tutorial next time.